Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin will go down on December 23rd. I'm concerned about the fight, I'm not going to lie. Right, now, I am one of AJ's biggest fans. I think he gets a lot of disrespect. People talk about this guy like he's never achieved anything. Right, the guy is a Olympic gold medalist, a two-time unified heavyweight world champion, while starting boxing at 18, right? And I've said this many times, he has absolutely no business to be where he is with the experience that he's actually got. Now, it may sound mad to someone if you're trying to explain to them that this guy has achieved so much, but he's still not got that, he's not got the experience of other fighters out there. And the reason being is, everything he's achieved has been in such a short space of time. Like, he's such a quick learner. Believe me, if you put gloves on at 18 years of age, if you win a British title, you're doing cartwheels and you're doing a parade down your street. Believe me, never mind world titles and Olympic gold medals. It's unbelievable. So he is still learning, even at 34 or 35. That's however old he is. He's still learning to a degree. Now, he's not going to learn things that's going to completely change his game at this point, but he's still learning. And if you look at the second Usyk fight, that's testament to this. The first fight, completely outboxed, bamboozled, looked like getting stopped, to be fair. Went back, trained for a year, literally just on Usyk, came back in a rematch, and people forget that was a very close fight. I've always said it was a great performance by AJ. Going into the 10th round, that was close as it can be, right? And I think it was a 9 for the 10th where AJ had his best round. It looked like it hurt. He looked like he hurt Usyk with a body shot, and you're thinking he might stop him. But Usyk, being a champion he is, came back the round after and won the round. But going into the championship round, that was close. Why? Because AJ learned from the first fight, so he absorbs information quick. Right? He's a quick learner, and that's why he's got to where he is in such a short space of time. But the disrespect that people say and people talk about him, he's got no chin and he's a bum and he can't fight. The Andy Ruiz loss, people forget he kept getting up. Clearly there was problems before the fight, whatever, right? But he kept getting up. He didn't get counted out on his feet. And he won the rematch. So people say, well, you can't make excuses for AJ in the first fight. But they're quick to say Andy Ruiz was completely out of shape in the second fight. I mean, and just gloss over that win. Do you know what I mean? So you can't have it both ways. So I think he gets a lot of stick. I think what he's done for British boxing and worldwide boxing can't be stated enough. An amazing personality, just polarizing and a big star. However, the reason why I'm concerned is he looks like he's searching for something, AJ. Right? I don't know what that is at this point of his life. You know, he lives a life that most of us can't comprehend. It's easy for us to comment and it's easy for me to sit here and, you know, comment about the bloke. But I ain't going through what he goes through. He is a legitimate superstar. He can't walk the streets without getting recognised or people calling him and people wanting money off him. And yes, he's in a privileged position, but there's also a lot of pressure that comes with that. You know, he's only a human being. He wasn't destined for fame. He amassed fame in such a short period of time, you know, and he's a multimillionaire. So he's got pressure to a degree, right? And the problem is now, it's like he's searching for something. Since he left Robert McCracken, he's on his fourth trainer. He was training with Angel Fernandez for a bit, then Robert Garcia, Derek James, and now Ben Davison. And that's a lot of voices in your ear, right? For me, that's confusion and uncertainty. And in the heavyweight division, in boxing, uncertainty and confusion is not a place where you want to be. That's not what you want when you're going into the last stage of your career, in effect. You know, he might have years left, but he's not at the beginning. He's coming towards the end now, where the big money fights are happening now, right? So every fight is absolutely crucial. And if you keep changing trainer, it's just not a good look. Now, AJ, for me, is a type of fighter where he's a confidence fighter. He needs explaining all the time. He needs someone to tell him what to do and to tell him he's looking good, he's fighting well. I've seen it with fighters myself in gyms, right? There's some fighters who literally you don't need to tell him. what to do. They'll train, they'll spar. Obviously, when they're doing the technical work, they'll listen. But if they have a bad round, they'll brush it off and go to the next one. There's other fighters where they might have a bad round in sparring, and it's on their mind, and they have the rest of the spars bad, and they're thinking about it, and they need to be told what went wrong, why it went wrong, how can I adapt, how can I change. And AJ is that sort of person. Now, maybe it'll work for him having different voices in his head, right? But I don't believe it will. And we're going into the Wallin fight, and he's not with Derek James. Now, I know there's not been much mentioned about it. I think AJ's team has said he's still working with Derek James, but come on, that's seriously, something's gone on. Something has seriously gone on, right? For Derek James not to be in his corner at this point of his career, and obviously there's lucrative money, you know what I mean? The trainer gets a fee of, the trainer gets paid. Sometimes it's 10% of the purse. With someone like AJ, it won't be 10% of the purse. There'll be an agreed amount. So Derek James isn't going to knock that money back. So something has gone on. Right? I don't know what it is, but the fact he's not in his corner for this fight, this is the biggest fight of AJ's career, because you've got a multi-million-pound Wilder fight, millions and millions, you've got a potential world title fight against Ergovitz next, mega stakes, and his trainer's not in his corner for this one. I know Ryan Garcia's fighting, but still, something has gone on. And what I think maybe the problem is, AJ needs that attention. He needs that attention to detail, where he needs a trainer who's going to be with him 24/7, right? When you're with Derek James, you're not the A-side. You're not the big star. You might be the biggest star in the gym, but when you're coming from the UK and you're in Texas, you've got Errol Spence there, you've got Ryan Garcia there, you've got you got Jamel Charlo. These were unified, undisputed fighters. Do you know what I mean? He's just another fighter going in the gym, and he's got to adapt to his surroundings. So there's only so much time he's going to have with Derek James. It's right. You've got your session now, and Errol Spence has his session. Garcia has his session, so is he getting that time? Is that what the problem has been? Now, I know Ben Davison has a pretty good stable now, Lee Wood, Royston Barney Smith. I think Lee McGregor still trains with him, so yes, he'll have other fighters as well, but he is going to give up a lot of his time for AJ, because AJ is the big star in that gym. So maybe he needs to feel that. But something's definitely gone on. There's no doubt about it. And we're going into this fight now with Otto Wallin. He's a southpaw. Okay, he might not look the best. He's not a Mike Tyson. But as I say, going back to the confidence, you don't know what AJ's going to turn up. He might come into the fight and he might look good for a few rounds. He's landed a few shots and the confidence is up and he's licking his lips and he's ready to go. And you're thinking, right, this is prime AJ. He's looking good. But then there might be a time in the fight where he gets popped with a double jab right hand, or maybe he gets hurt to the body, or maybe he gets hit with a right hand that he didn't see. And then you see him sort of deflate a bit like a balloon, and you can see him lose confidence, right? And that's the problem with AJ. It's good when it's going good, but when it's going bad, you can see he goes to that level. If he's had a bad round, it affects him. Usyk, ultimate mindset, right? He has a bad round, comes out, wins the next one. AJ can linger for a few rounds. You can see me thinking, right, should I attack? Should I defend? What should I be on the back foot? And I think he is lost between a few styles. As I say, it may sound mad me saying he can learn stuff at 34 years of age, but he can if you look at the context of his career. He's only had a very, very short career, and he's achieved everything in a short period of time, so he can still learn something. But the problem is it's confusion. Is he a pressure fighter? Is he a box fighter? Is he fighting on the back foot? Is he getting behind a jab? What AJ have we got? This is what I can't really determine at this stage of his career. I'm watching Deontay Wilder. I know that guy has just got 100% faith in his power. He ain't care about outboxing you or defending. He's just looking to land that right hand and send you unconscious. I know with Tyson Fury, he's going to get on the back foot. He's going to stand his ground at times. But you know what you're going to get with him. You know how he's going to fight. Usyk, you know how he's going to fight. Always put mental pressure on you in and out. Always feinting, using combinations. But with AJ, I don't know what we're going to get. I think the Helenius knockout would have done him wonders, because if that would have gone to points, again, the confidence issue, it would have dragged on. But you could see the relief. It was like a moment of, yeah, I can do this. I know I can do this. It's like he found himself at that point. I know it was against Helenius, but And there were good things in the fight, and even with the what's the fella name? Jermaine Franklin. Even in his fight, there was good things he was doing. The feet was balanced. He was going to the body. So there were good things he could grow on. But now he's fighting a southpaw. This guy Wallin, he's number 2 in the IBF. This is not. You don't fight him if you've got any intention of fighting Deontay Wilder next. To be quite honest with you, I don't think that will happen. I think they're going to go for the IBF title because Usyk has to vacate his belt if he has a rematch with Tyson Fury. Hrgovic is number 1 contender. He'll have to fight the second, which is Otto Wallin. If AJ beats him, it will be AJ for the vacant belt. I think they're going down that route because you don't fight Otto Wallin if you're fighting Wilder next. It's a dangerous fight. It's a southpaw. It's a dangerous fight, and if AJ doesn't blast him out early, and the longer it goes on, is he going to get outboxed at certain times? This is Wallin's biggest night of his life. AJ, for me, I'm not sure if the fight is still there as it was in the beginning of his career. I don't know. Life takes over. He's got that much money. He's got that much pressure on him. Is he just doing boxing to escape? He just doesn't look happy, right? When you look at him in press conferences and when he's doing face-to-face with his opponents, he's coming out with stuff and it's not really making sense. And he just doesn't look like a comfortable, happy fighter. He looks like a fighter where there's a bit of uncertainty about him. Now, I don't believe he should retire or anything like that. It's a load of nonsense. He is still a world-class boxer. On his day, he can beat anyone. Anyone on his day, right? He can. Because he's a strong, fit, world-class boxer. No matter what people say, he is a world-class boxer. He is. You ain't blasting him out early, right? He's a world-class fighter, right? But I am concerned about the mindset, just the training is just the style he's implementing now. Otto Wallin's got a style where he's perfected that for years and years and years. He ain't changing. AJ's changing his style, and he's mixing it with the best in the world. Is it too soon? Could he have done with another fight? I know people are saying, just fight, he's 34, he's won this, and fight. And I can understand that. But as I say, it's concerning. Do I think he will lose the fight? I think he'll win the fight. I do. But I think it could be a controversial one, and it wouldn't surprise me if he got stopped. It wouldn't, because as I say about the confidence, if he has a bad few rounds, you can see him deflating. And Wallin is a southpaw. That's going to give you different problems. That is not easy. He might not look spectacular, but he does everything very well. He's a solid boxer, and he can win rounds. And, and if they start racking up and the confidence goes, he might land something that takes AJ out. So It's a very, very good fight, interesting fight. It's a fascinating fight. At this point of AJ's career, it's going to answer a lot of questions. It is, because this ain't a knockover job. This ain't him to make look good. This isn't someone to get some confidence. This is a legitimate world-level fighter with major implications. If he wins, he can fight for a vacant IBF title at some point, or the Deontay Wilder fight. So there's mega stakes, right? But with Ben Davison, how much is he going to learn in such a short period of time? Now, to be fair to Ben Davison, he's actually turned out to be a very good trainer. Right? I've given him, I wouldn't say a bit of stick, but criticism in the past. But you have to understand he's a very young guy, and so many world-class fighters have worked with him. Billy Joe Saunders, Tyson Fury, Devin Haney, now AJ. Okay, I know some of them have left him, but they won't be working with him if he was an idiot. Right? Boxers are very methodical in what they do, right? They will only have you around them if you bring value to them, right? So Ben Davison is clearly a great trainer, right? No matter what anyone says, he clearly is. Otherwise, he wouldn't be attracting these fighters, right? But what is he going to teach AJ in a matter of months? When he's had Derrick James in his ear, then Robert Garcia before that. Maybe he'll look better than ever, I don't know, but I'm right to bring these concerns in. And this is the concerning thing about this fight for me. This is why I'm really concerned about it. Because as I say, it's confusing. What style is he? what trainer is he listening to? Okay, he's Ben Davison now. Derek James a few weeks ago. Before that, Robbie Garcia. Do you know what I mean? So there's uncertainty, there's confusion, and it's all going to be revealed on the 23rd of December. I think it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting to see how AJ performs. Right, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Who do you think wins, Anthony Joshua or Otto Wallin? Like, comment, subscribe, let me know.